Today on Made in SA, we meet Rebekka. She's 16 years old and from Johannesburg. Rebekka's dream is to become an investment entrepreneur, and today she will learn all about how to approach an investor for her business ideas. If you are a young entrepreneur who wants to get investors to help you start your business, then today's episode of Made in SA is just for you. Made in SA, where we celebrate young people of excellence and take them closer to their dream.
My name is Rebekka Guttert. I'm 16 years old and I'm in grade 10. I live in Northcliffe, Johannesburg. My dream is to become an entrepreneur who has to do with investments and finance. That is when you manage investments from different companies, so I'd need a finance background. Also, it would have to do with the law, who would be able to be part of it or not. And also just have my own company who manages all these investments. I do enjoy business and I do enjoy the corporate world, and I think that is something that I am interested in, the finance and the numbers, and yeah, I just have a passion for it. I guess I'm a hardworking student. I do try and do my best all the time, and also that I get things done. When I put my mind to something, it's done at the end.
Now that we know something about you, Rebekka, let's meet your family.
I live with my mother, my father, my brother and my sister. My dad is so precious. He looks scary from the outside, but he's so soft on the inside. People are intimidated by him, but I know him from the inside. He's so sweet and he's caring. He sacrifices so much for us, really.
We have a very close relationship. We understand each other, and I understand Rebekka very well. And we share the same sense of humor. I love Rebekka's spontaneity, you know, the way that she is natural, without pretense.
Oh, my mom and I, that can be very tense sometimes. But otherwise she really always helps me where she can, and I always ask her for advice and she gives me wonderful advice. Otherwise she's the one that also drives me quite a lot in the right direction, and I appreciate that.
En dan sit jy hulle net vir my so in botter hulle. Okay. En dan sal ek so lank van hierdie begin. Vertel my 'n bietjie van die skool.
Laas week het ons die laaste een geskryf, want ek het wiskunde geskryf. Ja. En nou gaan sê tog ons rapporte volgende week terugkry.
I think she's a very dynamic child, and she's always been headstrong, not disrespectful or cheeky, but very confident, and she's always known what she wanted ever since she was a month old. And I think she likes planning and structuring her life and knowing where she's going and thinking about things.
Dink net beter in biologie en fisika.
I think she's very innovative, and she likes coming up with new ideas and strategies. She's creative, not in an artistic sense, but more in a strategic sense. She does like engaging, and she's been selected in a few leadership roles, and she loves playing that role.
The dream of Rebekka becoming an investment entrepreneur is a very real dream, because she first of all is very strong-willed, and she's very driven in what she does. You know, those are two certain aspects you need as an entrepreneur, and to be able to believe in yourself. And she certainly has all those qualities.
The investment entrepreneur route that she would like to follow is something that really suits her personality, her style, her intellect, and her emotional maturity. She has a lot of love to give. And I think it's something that should be nurtured. You know, one shouldn't always drive your children towards excellence and achievement, and they're these little super brats, and they forget to be children, and they forget to love. Because the best rocket scientist and brain surgeon in the world is not necessarily happy in their job. And the richest people in the world are not always happy. So if she can find that happiness in her career and her life partner and in her surroundings one day, I couldn't be happier.
Aw, thanks, Mom and Dad. Now that we know more about Rebekka, let's check out her Saturday job. She spends her day as a sales assistant at a company that manufactures and sells cobbles, flagstones, and other products for the home.
Hi, Alison.
Hi, Rebekka. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Do you think we're going to be busy today?
I think we are.
Oh, gosh.
I think we are.
Okay, well, we're ready for it.
Rebekka's role at Colonial Stone is to assist clients on a Saturday, particularly when we're very busy on a Saturday, and to show them around, show them the product ranges, show them what they can use in their home, show them what works well, interact with them, be articulate, interested, dynamic, because that's the way we want people to feel when they come here. So she has to make a good impression. She has to be the ambassador for the company. She has to be the first point of reference so that they have a great experience from the moment they arrive at us right to the follow-up, right to when they get their product delivered.
Otherwise, over here is our ledge stone range, which you can also look at. It's a bit chunkier than the ridge stone, which I showed you. Some of the challenges that I face while working at the stone company are the technical questions from the clients, all the financial things, the tax invoices, the linking over programs, the quotations, but I'm here to learn them and I'm actually getting along with it quite well. Hi, Alison. I'm done for the day.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Tell me, how was today? How were the clients and how busy were we?
It was quite good. There were a few difficult clients that made it a bit hard for me, but otherwise, no, it was fine. They did fill out the client sheets, and there were some that wanted a site visit as well.
Yes.
I hope the draftsmen aren't too busy.
Yeah. No, that should be fine. About how many client sheets did you get?
I'd say about 5.
Okay,
Yeah.
no, that's fine. That's quite manageable.
Yeah, it was quite busy. I couldn't really get everybody to the table and everything.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Otherwise, there were also 2 landscapers that came in, and there was a contractor, but they already had their clients base. They were in our client base already.
Okay,
Yeah.
great stuff. I think the reason why Rebekka would be good as an investment entrepreneur is because she is so focused. Whatever she puts her mind to, she does 120%. Okay. She just takes her work really seriously. She's also got an ethic about her. It's not about the money. It's about how can I be the very best at what I want to be. Okay, thanks Amal. Thanks, bye.
After the break, Rebekka meets her maiden SA coach and investment manager,
I'm Mohome. Welcome to Vantage Capital.
and he has a couple of surprises up his sleeve. Stay tuned. Before the break, we met Rebekka, a high school learner from Johannesburg. Rebekka's dream is to be an investment entrepreneur one day. We're teaming her up with a maiden SA coach who is an investment manager. He has a couple of challenges up his sleeve for her. Let's see how she does. Take it away, girlfriend.
Well, today I'm at Melrose Arch Vantage Capital, and I'm going to have my challenge today. I'm a bit nervous, but I don't want to be nervous because I know that I'll just take it as it goes along. What I'm expecting is to become more familiar with the corporate world and to see what it's like to work with investments. Hi, my name's Rebekka.
Okay, you sit tight, Rebekka, while we meet your maiden SA coach. I'm dying to know what an investment manager does.
Okay, my name is Mohome Moruba. I'm an investment manager. I work for a private equity fund manager named Vantage Capital. The job of an investment manager is twofold. Firstly is to fundraise, and by fundraising means you need to go and get investors to invest in your fund. Then you look to deploy that capital. You look for good businesses that you can then invest your investors' money in with the hope of making your investors a good return, make the money from their capital. Hi Rebekka, I'm Mohome. Welcome to Vantage Capital. I'm your maiden SA coach.
Thank you.
Okay. So Rebekka, you want to become an investment entrepreneur?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about this then.
I'd like to own my own company where I manage investments, just like Vantage Capital. And yeah, I'm very interested in that line of work.
Okay. And so far, What have you done to get closer to your dream?
I worked at a doggy parlor a few years back.
Yes.
Now I'm a babysitter.
Yes.
And I promoted myself on the internet, and I got a few clients through that. And at the moment, I'm working at a stone manufacturing company where I'm learning more about the business side of things. I'm on the corporate side.
No, excellent, lovely. Let's go through.
Thank you.
Okay.
I think my first impressions of Mokgame was that he was very professional in his suit, and he looked like he knew what he was doing, and he was prepared for me, which was very reassuring.
Have a sit.
Mokgame, I was wondering, what do you do at an investment firm?
What we do is we raise money from investors, the likes of your pension funds or other financial investors. So they put money in our fund. Then we take their money and we go invest it in other businesses, in private companies.
Oh, okay. What is a private equity fund or private equity?
There are two types of companies. You get private companies and listed companies. Private companies are typically owned by private investors, private individuals. For example, say a hair salon. So if you own your own hair salon, your hair salon is a private company, like a Standard Bank. So it will be listed on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, and its shares will be held by the general public.
Mokgame, if I'm an entrepreneur
Yes.
and I would like you to invest into my company, what do you look for?
I'll tell you one thing. One thing that any investment firm hates is losing money. So when a person approaches us, we need to make sure that it is a good, solid business, a good business model, and the person has to have a very good business plan. And we need to believe that your business will generate enough money, enough returns for the firm and for our investors.
What would I have to study if I want to go into investments?
At high school, you could study your business subjects, so accounting, economics, business economics, and mathematics. And then at varsity, you can either study, say, a BCom degree in accounting or a BCom degree in finance or a Bachelor of Business Science in finance. Or you could also aim towards qualifying, say, as a chartered accountant. My first impressions of Rebekka when we met this morning was she came across as a confident young lady. So she wasn't nervous at all. I had that confidence that she'd be able to handle the challenge and apply the level of detail that's required. So Rebekka, now that you've had a good overview of what an investment firm does, are you ready for your challenge?
Yes, I am, yes.
Okay. You are an entrepreneur who seeks to open up a restaurant in Melrose Arch.
Okay, yeah.
So as an entrepreneur, you need investment money. So now you're gonna come approach Vantage Capital. So I need you to do a little bit of research to research what type of clientele comes to Melrose Arch, what types of restaurants are in Melrose Arch, because that's your competition. And finally, what does it take to own and operate a restaurant and make money out of it?
Okay, great.
Great challenge, coach. But Rebekka, I think Mokgame wants you to put your thinking cap on. Ooh, do I see a flip chart in the room?
I want us to have a little brainstorming session.
Okay.
So that you understand what needs to go into your research.
Okay, yeah.
So the main purpose or your challenge is to open up a restaurant in Melrose Arch. So what sort of things do you think you need to research?
I'll probably have to research something like the target market, the
target
clientele.
market. I like that, yeah.
The business, the actual business. I mean, who's going to be there, like employees? Do you want me to come up with figures like budget, capital, or my
Very true. I think especially since this is an investment, I think it will be important to understand what sort of costs you think you're gonna incur to establish this business and to run it, and also what profits you think you're gonna be able to make.
Okay, what do you call that, like?
Revenues.
Revenue.
Okay, and then what else?
Because there are so many restaurants in Melrose Arch, I'm going to have to find something unique to my own restaurant, like a theme or, Otherwise, do you want me to choose a location
That's it. Location is key.
Oh,
Location
okay.
is very important.
In the middle of the business district or on the outskirts? Or
Very true. So effectively, you need to look at Melrose Arch as a whole
Yeah.
and decide what the best location for your restaurant within Melrose Arch will be and
Yeah.
why.
What about my competition, the other restaurants that
Very
are around
important. Competition is key
there?
because your competition can take you out of business. So
Yeah. I hope that won't happen with me.
excellent. No, I think we're doing well so far.
Okay.
So what else? What else do you think?
Yeah, I don't know what else.
Another point that can go with the theme is sort of like, your decor, interior designing, the look and feel of your restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I like this.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to research that.
Excellent. Yeah, I think Rebekka handled the brainstorm very well. My intention was not to spoon feed her because I'd already thought about the sort of things that she needs to research. And I was very impressed that she managed to come up with 80% of my list. So Rebekka, this is where you're gonna be doing your research. Have a seat there. There's a workstation. There's a note and a pen. So I'll just come back and check on you later.
Okay, cool.
Enjoy
Thank you very much.
Okay, cheers.
This is the hard part. But knowing Rebekka, it will be no problem. The clock is ticking.
So Rebekka, how did your research go?
Oh, it went well. I found quite a lot of information. I think I'm doing okay.
Excellent. So now I think let's go to the restaurant where you can
Okay.
then continue and do your practical research.
Okay.
After the break, it's crunch time as Rebekka has to convince Mohammed to invest in a restaurant. Will she pull it off? See you after the break. Welcome back to Made in SA. Earlier, we met Rebekka, who wants to become an investment entrepreneur. So far, she's learned a lot about what it takes to impress an investment manager like her coach. She's done her research and now she needs to back it up. So, let's get going on the practical research. It's a busy morning at the restaurant. Ooh, yummy!
Hi Rachel, how are you?
I'm from how are you?
This is our young candidate, Rebekka.
Rebekka.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I was expecting you.
Oh, great. I'm looking forward to it. So, Richard, I was wondering, what type of clientele comes to the restaurant? What type of target market am I looking at?
You've got your business people,
Yeah?
sports people,
Yeah.
school children. Actually, all people in walks of life. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
They do come here.
Does it change from weekends to weekdays and the times of the day too?
Absolutely does.
Yeah.
It does.
So who comes like in the day and the evening?
Like you got your morning is mainly you've got your business people that come here
Yeah.
to do businesses, and you do like sports people coming from the gym.
Oh.
Just to come and have a healthy breakfast.
Yeah.
When people that leave work, just to come here, meet a friend, or maybe dad and mom meeting kids for after school. So it's actually varied depending, what time of the day it is. Let's go and I'll show you the rest. So this is your kitchen, eh? As you can see, it's not that big, but it's unique. There's lots of food that's coming from this place.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now that the research is done, Rebekka, it's time to present your findings to your coach. Good luck!
So the concept that I came up with for this restaurant is 20s theme. And I chose that because there's no competition in Melrose Arch, which is that, and it appeals to the target market, which is business people that are wealthy or want class. I chose the 1920s theme because I really love the 1920s. That's my ultimate theme for my 21st. And also, I like the characters from then. All of my school presentations where we could choose, I have done Coco Chanel and Charlie Chaplin. Also, it would have to be jazzy music to just give it atmosphere, not to disturb the clientele. The decor that I think would suit to a 20s theme would be silver and white accents amongst dark wood. When I put my presentation together, I was kind of nervous because I'd never done a business proposal before, but I just tried my best, and my main objective was just to convince. And I got all my information and I just presented it. I checked what foods you get from the 20s. For starters, you get something like deviled eggs, olives, spinach and artichoke dip, potatoes a la hollandaise. This isn't very common, so this would also give it a unique theme. The location, I think, should not be on ground level because otherwise it would give the impression that it's on display. And I would like to create the impression that it's a private business club, similar to the private business lounge at an airport. For marketing strategies, I thought that you'd have discounts and coupons at the beginning. And also what would attract attention is if you sent waitresses and waiters out or people to promote the business outside in costumes, in 20s costumes with feathers around their necks, and people would be attracted to that. Come see what's going on, take a flyer, take a coupon, want to go see in the restaurant what is this new costume themed restaurant.
I like that idea.
I made a list of the costs you would need, which I found out from the restaurant today at JMB. And then which would be something like industrial cooking and ventilation equipment, refrigerators, freezers, furniture, you know, the tables for bar stools, shelving, counters. You'd also have to consider the rent and renovations to change the restaurant, and also the salaries and capital to start all of this off with, which is what we're asking you to trust in us.
I think she put together a very good presentation. I like the fact that she was confident, she was articulate, she spoke very well. The only thing that I thought she could have maybe tried to cover more was just to research her competition a little bit better.
I enjoyed knowing what goes into business planning and business structure. It really helped me. Now for the future, I'll know that first things you look at is target market, location, budget, presentation to the investors, and what I did today. It really, that helped me, and I enjoyed that the most.
I think Rebecca has the right personality to become a very good investment entrepreneur. The reason why I'm saying that is, with her challenge, she managed to come up with a fresh concept. It just shows that she's a very meticulous person who's not afraid to do the hard work that's required to be successful in the world of investments.
Thank you very much, Mkhome. Today was really wonderful. I learned a lot.
No, it's a pleasure. It's been nice having you. Hopefully you learned a lot about the world of investments.
Yeah.
And I've no doubt that if you focus on your studies, you keep up on the passion, you'll make a good investment entrepreneur and good investment manager one day.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
nice
cheers.
meeting you.
Okay, cheers.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Next week on Made in SA, we meet Muzi. His dream is to work in the TV industry as a talk show host. Made in SA will bring Muzi one step closer to his dream by teaming him up with a coach who will teach him everything there is to know about the world of TV presenting. So if TV is your thing, tune in to Made in SA next week, only on SABC3.
Thank you.